Taking the metro in Tokyo can seem a bit daunting. For instance, this is the map of the subway, and it looks a little bit like a pile of spaghetti, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. We have to start at the legend, down here in the corner, and you'll notice there are two columns. The one on the right are the lines that are run by the city of Tokyo, and on the left is the Toei line, and it is a private line, as are the JR Yamamoto and JR lines, and a series of other private railroads. And that's the one main thing that you have to keep in mind. You cannot use a ticket for the Tokyo Metro line on the Toei line, or vice versa. Now as we zoom into this map, you'll note that the same colors that were shown on the legend are used to identify the different lines on this map. Each one of them has a symbol. G in this case stands for Ginza, and a station number, and those numbers run consecutively up and down the line. There are some stations that are multiple stops where you can make exchange from one line to the other, and they are shown this way. This is Tokyo Station, the largest and perhaps most confusing of all the stations because many things converge here. But you will find that everything is written in English as well as in Japanese, and as long as you know what line you want, you should be able to find your way around quite easily. Inside the station, look for a ticket machine. They all look fairly similar. They all give you the option to choose English as a language, and walking through the process of purchasing one is simple. Do make sure that you have selected a machine that sells tickets for the series of lines that you wish to use, because as I've said before, they are not interchangeable. You will have to choose how much fare to pay when you use the machine, and in order to figure that out, refer to this chart, which you'll find in most stations or something similar to it. Find the "You are here," usually written in English on the chart. Identify the station that you want to go to, and that will give you the amount of the fare to put into the machine. Your ticket will look like this. Now look for the overhead signs and wait for them to change into English. Basically, the Japanese metro system works the same as those the world over. You look for the final station at the end of the line in the direction that you wish to travel. Once you've identified it, you'll know that you're going down the right stairway or escalator and will be ending up on the correct platform. Take your ticket to the turnstile. Any one of them that has a green arrow is good. It means you can proceed. You put it in the yellow slot and then retrieve it on the other end. Make sure to do this because you'll need it at your destination. Some platforms are in the center with tracks on either side, and in this case you want to make very sure that you're getting on the correct train. You will find maps like this on columns inside the platform. The dimmed out color refers to stops that the train has already made, while the dark color refers to stops ahead of the train. Obviously, you want to get on the train that has your stop in the dark color. If you need further assurance, look across the track to the wall and you'll find signs like this. The number in the middle is the stop that you're at. The dimmed out on the left-hand side is the station that the train has just come from, and the one on the right is the station that the train is headed for. The Japanese are extremely polite and respectful of others. Therefore, there is no pushing or shoving. Everyone stands in an orderly line on either side of the gate so that those on the train can disembark before they board. Look for these arrows in front of each gate. They indicate where you should line up and wait for the train. On board the metro, there are some fairly strict do's and don'ts. Never, ever talk on your cell phone. You may use your cell phone to text or do things with the volume turned off, but even if you have your earphones in and the music is loud enough for people to hear beyond the earphones, you'll get some hard stares. However, it is perfectly acceptable to fall asleep on the shoulder of a complete stranger. When you get off the train, look for the exit signs. Some are on poles, some are embedded in the floor, and follow them to the stairway or escalator and back up into the turnstile area. This is where you'll need that ticket that you retained. Put it back in the yellow slot. This time the machine will keep it. If the buzzer sounds and the gate fails to open, it simply means you chose to pay the wrong fare back at that first machine, and that's easily resolved. Just go to the ticket office, and they'll just charge you the difference. And finally, as you exit the station, be sure to stand on the left side of the escalator, allowing those who wish to walk up to do so. I hope this video has helped you feel more comfortable about riding the metro system in Tokyo, Kyoto, and any of the towns around Japan.